Amna, congratulations on your graduation from high school and for your awesome 4 years in the Seven Lakes Orchestra program. You are truly one of the most kind-hearted students that I've ever worked with. You always have a listening ear for your peers and anyone that just needs to talk to you, and that is a really rare quality. You are also very thoughtful and attentive, and I always appreciate how closely you listen and seem to care about what's going on in class. I will definitely miss the thoughtful, contemplative face that you make whenever I'm giving instructions, and it's something like, I'll miss that face. I always appreciate how much of an inspiration you are, and all the motivation that you've given me this year, despite all your health problems and stuff going on. It doesn't really slow you down, and you just keep achieving your goals and encouraging other people to do the same. And that's really inspirational to me. We will absolutely miss you in our program, and please, please, please come back and visit.
Rima Al-Hamawi transferred from Cinco Ranch High School just before her sophomore year. When she was a sophomore, she was quiet, shy, and didn't say much to anyone. But since then, she has blossomed into an exuberant, passionate, crazy, funny person. There isn't a day that goes by that I hear her bursting into laughter. I literally have to ask her to stop laughing many days. She's fun, she's lively, and brings joy to that class, and her peers absolutely love her. But let me tell you why she's so doubly amazing. This girl stands up for her convictions. At graduation, as the pledge and national anthem was stated, Rima made her own silent protest. She knows what I'm talking about. Rima, I think you are amazing. I wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors. Rima will be attending Lone Star College, but transferring to the University of Houston. She intends on following a pre-dental track. I'm so proud of you, Rima. We will miss you. I miss Saniya Ansari. She was the only senior I missed on Senior Surprise Day, so I decided to write her a letter to know that she will be missed. Dear Saniya, I am so glad that you are part of our orchestra program. You chose to be in it your junior year and then decided to stay on for another year, and I can't tell you enough how proud I am of your leadership that you demonstrated and the selflessness you displayed on a daily basis. You improved steadily with each day, and I must say that your performance with Phil 2 of Carrickfergus at last year's UIL made my heart joyful and beam with pride. Dependable, motivated, and above all, kind. You were always inquisitive and resourceful and always asked the right questions. I know that your little freshman ducklings that you managed this past year were grateful for your leadership. I know that there was a lot of laughter in those practice rooms every day. Saniya is the only one of our seniors that will be attending college in another country. She will be attending the University of Liverpool in the United Kingdom pursuing medicine. I wish you the very best in your next chapter. We will miss you next year. One of the kindest people I know is Lynchee Cheung. She is honest, sweet, kind, and gracious. After every M&R, I see her chatting with her friends, savoring every moment with her fellow musicians. Of all the seniors that I saw hanging around the orchestra room, Lynchee was the one that cherished every fleeting moment. She did not waste a single heartbeat. Of course, she actively held memberships in orchestra, Taekwondo, National Honor Society, Science NHS, Tri-M, Chinese National Honor Society, and SOS. Did you know that she is a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo? Me neither. She earned many solo and ensemble awards and gained membership in Region Orchestra. She acknowledges that the persons that have impacted her the most are her friends, who have listened to her rant every day and supported her through thick and thin. She says that she is going to miss the family environment in orchestra. It made her feel like she belonged to a second family. We wish her well, because I know that once our alumni leave Texas for the West Coast, they don't come back. I may not see her again. But we will all benefit from her as she pursues a career in medicine, hoping to become a doctor. Lynchee will be pursuing biological science at the University of California in Irvine. Congratulations.
Dino, first, congratulations on your graduate from high school. Sometimes I try to put myself in my students' shoes and think about if I were sitting where they were, and I think about who would I be friends with if I was in this group, and I would definitely be friends with Daniel Chirinos if I were in high school. You have such a patience and a kindness about you that is really rare in high schoolers, and that's why so many people are drawn to be with you and be your friends. I appreciate your hard work as well, and what a leader you became in Phil 7 this past year. You were always on top of your part, and you never missed an opportunity to help other people, encourage other people to be better around you. I wish you the best of luck in college and beyond, and make sure you come back and visit. Michelle, congratulations. Where do I even start with how much you've contributed to our orchestra program, and how many great things I think about you since I've gotten to know you over the last 2 years. I know that this may not jump immediately to your mind, but you do have incredible leadership qualities. Your leadership is best seen in how you influence those people around you in a positive way. I especially see your influence this year on our current student leadership team. There are so many students that are only ever interviewed or only even tried because Michelle Cornish told them to or encouraged them to do so. I think people listen to you and follow your lead because of how genuine you are. That's the word that most easily comes to mind when I think of you, is the word genuine. You are an open book, and you have no problem sharing with other people your struggles. So many people feel and think about the things that you talk about, but so few people have the vulnerability to talk openly about what you do, and it's really an inspiration to me and those around you. You're also a people magnet because we like being around people who are passionate about something. And it doesn't really matter what the passion is, but your passion for orchestra and for a program and creating a familial atmosphere was just a huge inspiration, something that you cared about deeply, and we all saw that. No matter what you plan to do next, I know that you'll be successful at it, and I know that you're going to come back and visit, so I'll just say, I'll see you later.
Aubrey, to this day, you are the only freshman representative that within minutes of learning that you won the freshman representative job, came to my office to dump out my recycling bin. Literally within 2 minutes, he's fulfilling the first responsibility of his job. I will always remember that about you. Since then, Aubrey is one of those students that has been crazy busy his entire career. He was a 4-year representative for our very own student leadership team, is the secretary of the Alliance of Youth Leaders in the United States, holds membership in National Honor Society, tutors at Katie STEM Academy, is a researcher at UTMB Galveston, an intern at the Cardiology Center of Houston, pre-baccalaureate trainee at UT Health. Academically, he was a 2020 National Merit Finalist and Scholarship recipient and National AP Scholar, and earned the 2020 AP Chemistry Award. You already know that he tied for number 5 in our graduating class. Musically, he was a 4-year Regents Symphony first violin and Texas All-State violinist his last 3 years. One thing that he'll miss most about orchestra is all the funny underclassmen during rehearsals who never failed to make him laugh. Shout out to the junior and sophomore boys. His proudest achievement was when he finished his first half marathon without stopping. Heck, I'm proud of you too. Finishing this race meant he could do anything just because he wanted to, but he states that this year's TMEA Honor Orchestra performance was the most rewarding. He says that through the preparation of the performance, he was able to test what 3 years of growth in high school has done for him. He adds, the performance concluded my violin career in high school with one last big performance with all the people I had shared my journey with. For me, it was the most epic opportunity to represent my school, my family, and my orchestra program to the rest of Texas. Nothing can be more rewarding than that. You will never regret doing something difficult once you finish doing it. Aubrey, thank you so much for serving as the co-concertmaster for that performance. Your work ethic, assistance, and leadership truly demonstrated what the Seven Lakes High School orchestras are all about. Aubrey would like to pass on a message about his parents. My parents have supported me in my times of failure and have guided me towards my potential. They've given me so many resources to succeed, and they've inspired me to try and grow to become the best version of myself. Every time I've wanted to avoid trying something new or when I had an unhealthy mindset, they've been my guiding light. Aubrey will not be going too far, only to Rice University just down the street. Maybe we'll see him playing in the Campanile Orchestra when he's not studying. He'll be pursuing biochemistry and cell biology. He says, I wanted to study the chemical processes and biological mechanisms that come together to create the chaotic symphony of life. I also wanted to create a foundation for biomedical research and a career in health. He intends on becoming an internist with a subspecialty in either cardiology, oncology, or neurology, and hopes to work at the Texas Medical Center. He also has goals to finish a full marathon. He adds, I want to do groundbreaking biomedical research that will impact and better the lives of countless people. I want to read as many books as I can and discover as many amazing stories as possible in literature or media so that I can one day develop a philosophy on life that is unique to me. Congratulations, Aubrey. You have made us all proud. Introverted, loyal, and hardworking. Those are the three terms that I would use to describe Junyoung Do. A motivated student, despite not having private lessons, Junyoung worked hard to audition and make Sinfonia his junior and senior years. He has been a viable, devoted member in both our varsity string and varsity full orchestra for the last 2 years. Outside of orchestra, Junyoung has balanced orchestra life with other activities. His freshman year, he was on the debate team. He understands the importance of leadership. For the past 2 years, he has been the webmaster of the Korean Club and the treasurer for the Interact Club. Academically, Junyoung has done very well through membership in the National Honor Society. Additionally, he has been very active in his church, serving as a praise team leader and audio technician. He also volunteered for a mission trip to Mexico, where he set up Vacation Bible School for families in need. His career ambitions include pursuing biochemistry, and he will be attending UT this fall. Congratulations to you, Junyoung.
Srujana, congratulations on your graduation from Seven Lakes High School. You've contributed so much to the Seven Lakes Orchestras during your time here. When I think about you in class, I think about how smart and how conscientious you are. I can remember a dozen times where you had just excellent questions about something we were doing in class, or you wanted clarification, and it really motivated me to be the best teacher that I could be, and to really think about how I'm delivering instructions. Not all students are that aware or that brave to ask questions in class, and that attitude will absolutely serve you well in whatever it is that you decide to do next. You will be an incredible success in whatever you decide to do, and I wish you the best in college and beyond.
Honestly, it's a little difficult to pinpoint the quiet but goofy enigma known only by his pseudonym, The Bean. Playful, cheerful, but quirky, Christopher Felix sometimes confused me. There were many a day that I'd steal a glance in his direction and he was making some goofy face. Eerily enough, it was the same goofy face every single time. Maybe not so enigmatic after all. Chris was a member of NHS, Science NHS, Tri-M, and Hispanic NHS. You'd never hear that he was also a Hispanic National Merit Scholar, and of course contributed to our state championship win and performance. While at Seven Lakes, he says that it's important to get yourself out there. Some things that he will miss are his friends, his time in orchestra, and the amazing people in music. When asked if he found out that today was his last day on earth, he said that he would like to be surrounded by the people he loves. Chris will be attending Texas A&M at College Station, where he'll be majoring in chemical engineering. I'm so glad to hear that he'll be continuing to play cello in the college orchestra. Good luck to you as you continue in your next chapter. Congratulations. One of the quietest members of the Seven Lakes Orchestras is Rodrigo Hunter-Martinez. Rodrigo was a member of the Seven Lakes football teams and orchestras. Contemplative and thoughtful, he was a man of few words but strong opinion. He wasn't my student for his freshman through junior years, but I was glad he was mine this past year. Phil, too, is a populace of wonderful personalities, and I was so honored to teach it. I loved preparing for UIL with those kids because they always had opinions, and we always had a great time dissecting the literature. Many times, rehearsal did not go as well as we'd like, and very few and far between, Rodrigo would simply say, or, oh, no. It always brought laughter and honesty to our classroom. Rodrigo, thank you so much for being a four-year member of the Seven Lakes Orchestras, and we hope that you have a great time at the University of Houston. He will be pursuing computer science there. We'll miss you. Of all the disappointments we missed out on at the end of the school year, the one that I think about most is not performing the Carmichael Piano Concerto with Fulin Jiang. You see, unlike a string player, our pianists don't play on every piece. And this was supposed to be his swan song, the year that he was going to be able to leave his permanent mark on the Seven Lakes Orchestras. I approached him in the fall. It was his senior year, and I always let my senior pianists play at least one movement from a work as a featured soloist. I sent him some links of some possible works, but when he heard the opening chords of the second movement, he was hooked. The expression on his face when he told me which piece he wanted to play was so obvious that he was completely taken with that movement and that it captured his heart. I'm so sorry that you didn't get to play that work in public, and I do hope that an opportunity shows up in the future so that you're able to perform it. Fulin is intelligent, even though sometimes he's not completely sure what assignments are due in orchestra. But he's obviously talented. He made All-State this year. And he's attending UT Tyler in the fall, pursuing computer science. Fulin, I hope that you'll be able to perform while you are there. Please don't stop playing. Usually, cheerleader and orchestra aren't paired together. The typical student that you see in our ranks isn't wearing a cheerleading uniform, spending every Friday night in the fall at a football game, or competing on stage as a member of an elite dance squad, but Alexandra Jones is exactly that. Throughout high school, Alex has challenged herself with a myriad of activities. Her freshman and sophomore years, she was a Spartan JV cheerleader. Her junior year, she was one of the co-anchors on the campus broadcast team of the Slamcast. She also auditioned for and was selected for the Sapphires. All the while, she's been a four-year member of the Seven Lakes Orchestras. For the past 2 years, she has served as section leader of the Philharmonia II Orchestra and was voted as the most valuable player during her junior year. She has earned countless solos as a violinist. Outside of school, she earned the title of UCA All-American Cheerleader with her freshman and sophomore year. During her freshman and sophomore year, she is an active volunteer through campus organizations such as Spartans Out Serving and National Honor Society, earning the Bronze Presidential Volunteer Service Award her sophomore year. On our campus, she was honored with the school-wide award by earning the Good Citizenship Service Award her freshman year and the Leadership Award her junior year. Academically, she earned the Departmental Award for Algebra 1 her freshman year. Her career ambitions include pursuing business with a specialty in energy management. She intends in minoring in economics or market sociology at BYU. Congratulations to Alex. Rebecca LaMothe has always been one of the hardest working violinists you'll never, ever hear about. She is wise beyond her years because she simply watches and listens to others with a careful discernment and heart to improve everything around her. She sees things for what they are and for what they could be. She easily pinpoints potential and understands steps to take to get to greatness. Now, Rebecca, her junior year, was a woman of fortitude and leadership. The Cambiata violinists sometimes cowered in fear of her. Who was this bossy, fiery redhead that was telling all these freshmen what to do and how to do it? And this is from someone who I know is an introvert. By the end of the year, she had gotten those freshmen into shape. They played masterfully and helped win the TMEA Honor Orchestra title the following year. Thank you so much for your leadership, Rebecca. I can't tell you enough how valuable you were to that ensemble. Her school memberships and honors include NHS Tri-M, an officer in the psychology club, playing in the praise band at church, orchestra, and winning a legacy award. One thing she learned in high school is that school is not a place to learn information. It is a place of self-discovery through classes, friends, struggles, and interactions with others. She will miss the easy acceptance and family experience that being a member of the orchestras have brought. She says that she has met what she hopes to be lifelong friends in orchestra, and that we all have the language of music to share. Rebecca is trading in her orange and blue for Baylor University's green and gold to major in psychology. She feels that she's good at reading people's emotions and likes to help people work through their problems. I'm proud of her for continuing her musical education. She is auditioning for the Baylor Symphony Orchestra. She ultimately wants to become a child psychologist to help kids get through their childhood with the most positive experiences possible so they can grow up to be influences and change the world. She'd like to be remembered as someone who helps others and makes a positive impact in their lives, and to do whatever possible to make the lives of those around her better. Congratulations, Rebecca. We will miss you. Ray Lee is the epitome of the strong, silent type. A quiet leader, I always thought him as sensitive, selfless, and a person of great character. Even though he was the section leader and earned his seat at the front of the section, he continued to push forward other sections. Even for the most high-profile performances, Ray always put others in front of him. That act of selflessness, kindness, and self-sacrifice is something that I will always admire about him. More about Ray. Did you know that in his 8th grade year at Beckendorf Junior High that he switched to bass when he was asked to do so? Mr. Boots didn't have any bass players in the orchestra that was selected to perform at Midwest and asked Ray to switch to bass. I was at that performance and subsequent rehearsals, and Ray was an absolute rock and truly a perfectionist. His freshman year, we were needing bassists again, and I asked if he wanted to continue on bass. But he was stalwart in saying that he wanted to audition and continue high school as a cellist, even though he had given up 1 full year of playing cello. And I'm so glad that he did. He kept improving and earned spots in Region Orchestra all 4 years and has been a 4-year member of the Seven Lakes Symphony. He was section leader this year, making lots of decisions for seating and bowings. So, I think this anecdote is funny. And so, Ray, I hope that you will please forgive me for a little bit of embarrassment for the next minute or so. The TMEA Honor Orchestra played several pre-concerts in order to prepare for this upcoming TMEA concert. At the end of during the day school day performance, the audience cleared out the pack. Students from our campus went to their classes, teachers that were off that period left to get to their next class, and the junior highs that attended left to return to their campus. Our symphony students were clearing the stage, but it takes at least 10 minutes to clear out since we have 100+ kids. Directors were on stage giving feedback and noting problem areas, but I noticed out of the corner of my eye this small group of Seven Lakes junior high girls that didn't leave. The packed stage became empty, but a few cellists were on stage still sharing feedback. And then it became really apparent. The junior high girls were stopping to gawk and fangirl Ray Lee. This tall and handsome cellist was the object of their affection. As he approached the edge of the curtain, you could hear their giggles get louder and louder, and they started pointing to him. I said, "Ray, those girls, they're looking at you," with obvious intent in my tone. Normal, humble Ray just brushed it off and kept going on with his day. Ray will be leaving Katy for the much cooler city of Austin, where he will be attending UT and double majoring in electrical and computer engineering. Electrical and computer engineering. Congratulations, Ray. We are so proud of you. Sensitive, kind, and loyal are 3 words that I'd use to describe Hal Lim. An introverted and shy person, Hal always seems to impress me with his poetic side. His heroes are his family and friends, and the message that he wants to pass along to them is that he'd like them to know that they light his path with embers and care. To this day, I remember that Hal wrote individual compositions to students in the cello fam. Full of sentiment and beauty, I hope to hear those compositions being played someday. We even heard about his loyalty and love for his friends, for his submission for It Starts With Music, where he and many of his friends talked about the importance of their friendships in orchestra. His most impressive accomplishment is earning the title of Eagle Scout through Boy Scouts of America, but he also holds membership in National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Spanish National Honor Society, and Tri-M. Additionally, a National AP Scholar, he earned an honorary mention for composition in the PTSA Reflections Contest. Congratulations to Hal, who will be pursuing chemical engineering at UT in the fall. The ever cheerful Diego Lira is known for his vibrant yellow jacket, his open mouth silliness, and his helpful and kind nature. Working hard since his freshman year, Diego worked his way up the orchestra ladder to earn membership in the Cambiado Orchestra this year. In addition to his consistent and diligent work ethic towards performance, he also served as the student librarian in the orchestras. Diego was always one of the most helpful and intelligent students on our student leadership team, always offering suggestions and help, in addition to doing his job as a copyist. He always asked others and the teachers what he could do to help. I wish that I was his teacher for more than just 1 year, but I am grateful for that short-lived opportunity. A member of several honor societies, Diego was also a National Merit finalist, and you know that he earned number 10 in his graduating class. Diego will also be attending UT this fall and will be double majoring in business and computer science. Congratulations, Diego. So proud of you.
William, I am so proud of you for graduating high school and moving on to college. I've seen tremendous growth from you, especially in your senior year. I think you always wanted to be a leader, and you weren't sure early on how to express that exactly. But your senior year, you had a young person in your section, and you did a great job of bringing them along and being a leader and in teaching and helping grow musicianship. You are also one of those students who I know feels music in their soul. As a bass player, you don't always get the coolest line or the melody, but you never fail to squeeze the most music that you possibly can out of your part, and I really appreciate that. And I wish that I could bottle it and make everyone else drink it. You always have just the passion of music written all over your face, and it's really inspiring to me. I wish you the absolute best in your next phase of life, and please come back and visit. Sujay, congratulations on making it through high school. When I think about you in class, I think of a student who is just extremely humble and extremely hardworking. I know that you strive to just learn and grow, and the world needs more people like that are willing to learn and grow all the time. I've seen so much improvement in your cello playing in the last 2 years, in your tone and intonation and technique, and they've all improved greatly since I've been here. It's so unfair that I had finally picked you for a solo and you never got to perform it, but I know that it was going to be great. Thank you for the last 2 awesome years in Lyrica we had together, and I wish you the best of luck in your next endeavors in life. Ian, the few, the proud, the Seven Lakes bass players, congratulations on graduating high school, and by now I believe you are in basic training, or maybe even through with that. In the last year, I saw your confidence and your responsibility grow tremendously. I loved seeing you helping the younger bass players in our orchestra this year, whether that be helping them figure out how to set up for the big orchestra rehearsal or just randomly after school. As an orchestra director, my hope is for students to direct each other and to help each other. So that teamwork and leadership that you exhibited this year was incredibly important. And I hope that you know how much that means to me. Again, congratulations. I know that by now you're deep into the next phase of your life, and high school seems like a distant memory already, but I hope that you will reflect and be proud of your time in the Seven Lakes Orchestra. Thanks. Thank you. Andy, big body win. Congratulations on your graduation from high school. I've seen you grow so much in the last 2 years. This past year especially, you set yourself apart as a leader, and that leadership was much appreciated this past year because we had so many freshmen to wrangle in Lyrica. I so much appreciate your ability to put yourself out there and to help direct younger students and to go for every solo. You worked incredibly hard last year in orchestra, and I want to make sure I recognize that hard work. Leadership comes from confidence, wisdom, and the ability to take risks, and all of those qualities will serve you extremely well in the future. So I know that you will be a success in your next phase of life. You also worked super hard in the gym this year, and your biceps are rivaling even mine now, and will surely surpass them in your time in college. So good luck in college and beyond. We'll miss you, and please make sure that you come back and visit. Ozzy, congratulations on graduating high school, and thank you so much for the last couple of years that I've known you in the orchestra program. When I think about Ozzy and orchestra, I immediately think of the big smile that you always have on your face. I can't tell you what it means to me to get to the last period of the day, and I'm tired, and it's been a long day, and then I see Ozzy's bright smiling face walk in the door, and it just immediately improves my day. You're just an overwhelmingly positive person, and that quality is more and more rare these days. You are so well liked by your classmates because of what a kind spirit you have, and how good you are towards other people. I so much appreciate your hard work and diligence as well, and I wish you the best in college and beyond. Nikhil, congratulations on graduating high school. It has been a pleasure teaching you the last 2 years and getting to know you. When I think of you in class, I see how motivated you are and how kind you are to the other members of your section, and I also, of course, see your excellent fashion sense. Your motivations caused you to improve greatly in your cello playing, and I see your kindness displayed when you give advice or help to the younger members of your section. I really appreciate your leadership and how much you contribute to the orchestra this year. I know these qualities will serve you well in the next phases of your life, and please come back and visit. Congratulations, Nathan, on a very successful high school experience and all of your contributions to the orchestra program. The first thing that stands out about you to me is your sense of humor. You're very witty in an acerbic sort of way, which I really appreciate. You're also very smart and very dedicated. I can't think of another player who has grown more in their musicianship over the last 2 years as you have. You are also very helpful to other members of your section, and I really appreciate how much you've helped our huge group of freshmen in Lyrica this past year. Also, thank you for helping me learn the difference between you and your brother. I think that I finally figured it out. As you move forward in life, I hope you never stop playing cello. I hope you never lose your sense of humor. Make sure you and your brother come back and visit. Ramyani, congratulations on graduating high school. I know by now high school probably seems like a distant memory in your mind, is on to what college will bring you. My favorite Ramyani memory over the last 2 years is, of course, our rides on the roller coasters during spring trip 2 years ago. You're so funny. I really appreciate that you never take yourself too seriously, and it reminds me to do the same. My second favorite memory was when I dropped off your senior gift at your house this past summer. It really touched me how truly grateful and happy you were to get that, and you just have such a great spirit. I've also seen how much you've improved as a cellist over the last 2 years. I know it's hard for us to see our own ability to improve over the years, but as your teacher, I'm able to look at it from a different perspective and tell you you've done extremely well for yourself. I know that you'll be a huge success in your next phase of life, and good luck in college, and don't forget to come visit.
Opinion. Shreya Satwar is the much younger, less grumpy Indian version of Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. Now, hear me out. Number one, he is never boastful about his accomplishments. He was a National Merit Finalist, qualified for the National Tournament of FBLA, earned medals at invitational tournaments for Science Olympiad and UIL Computer Science, is an AP Scholar with distinction, and a member of the Berkeley Democratic Club, worked for the campaign for Deborah Matthews, served as Tri-M's co-president, was in both the Math and Science Honor Societies, and ran track. In orchestra, he was a 4-year region member and earned once for his solo 3 times and earned once for his ensemble 3 times. Did you know any of this? 2. He is a man of few words, but great wisdom, and his perception is succinct and accurate. When asked what he learned most at Seven Lakes, he said, time management. For fun, I asked our seniors which state they would get rid of if they had the power to do so. And he said, Vermont. It makes the smallest contribution to the economy. His advice to others is, trust the process and trust the grind. 3. His exterior is a bit aloof, but I think that he's a big softie on the inside. He said, I will miss the people I've met, the friendships I made, and the many memories from Seven Lakes. What I'll miss most about orchestra is the friends he made and playing great music, especially the TMEA concert and Disney sight reading. 4. He is direct and incredibly effective. He says, I was the first person in my lab at Rice who was able to apply machine learning to annotate behaviors. He adds, after completing 4 years of computer science courses at Seven Lakes, applying computer science through research at Rice University, and working at an internship, I decided to major in computer science. He still plans on continuing playing his viola as a member of the university orchestra or joining a chamber group. Congratulations to Shreyas, class of 2020 Spartan, but class of 24 UT Longhorn.
Cassie, congratulations on graduating high school and moving on to a great college. You have been such an amazing violinist to have in Phil 7 the last 2 years that I've been there. Especially your senior year, you grew into just an amazing performer. I always admire your hard work and your willingness to go out there and try out for every solo. I also really appreciate what a kind heart you have, and you're just always super kind and respectful, not just to me, but everyone, and to all of your classmates and friends, and that does not go unnoticed. You have been an amazing student to have the last 2 years, and it's been my absolute pleasure getting to know you, and I wish you the best in college, and please come back and visit. Madison, congratulations on graduating high school, and I think you've actually moved away by now, so I hope you're getting settled in your new place. 2 things come to mind when I think about our time together the last 2 years. The first is how much of a leader you've become, especially over the last year. I saw you and Mia really take charge of your section this year and helping the orchestra run well and bringing along all those freshmen. It's very selfless to lead by example. The second is what a bright and positive person you are. You always seem to have a smile on your face, and I've never heard you say a negative thing about anything or anyone. Your leadership qualities are going to take you a long way in life. Good luck in college and beyond. Anna, congratulations on graduating high school. I've really enjoyed getting to know you the last 2 years in orchestra. Your playing ability has grown so much over the last 2 years, and you contributed greatly to our orchestra program. Your kind and positive spirit are always very much appreciated in the orchestra room. Sometimes our program can be very competitive and very stressful, and so it makes a world of difference when we have really positive people like you in the program. I also admire your dedication to everything that you do. I'll never forget when I came to drop off your senior gift this past summer. I gotta tell you, probably like 60% of the students were asleep when I knocked on the door, but you're already up and literally running. So I really appreciate and admire your dedication. Thank you so much for all your contributions to orchestra over the years. I wish you the best in college and beyond.
Ria, I am so glad that you returned back to orchestra in your senior year for what was honestly a banner year. An altruistic, bubbly, caring student, these personalities can be seen in each step that she took through her career. She was an ardent volunteer. She was the volunteer and entertainment coordinator at Autumn Grove Alzheimer Home, was a Katy Christian Ministries suicide hotline teen volunteer, a junior volunteer at Cypress Fairbanks Hospital, a junior volunteer intern at Women's Hospital of Texas, a junior intern at Memorial Hermann Hospital, and a teen leadership member for the internship program at MD Anderson Cancer Center. Ria, like most of our students, balanced her academics with NHS Tri-M Psychology Club Orchestra and was an AP scholar with honor. What she will miss most is being part of orchestra and playing at TMEA. But her biggest regret is not making enough time for her friends during high school. She said, "You do not know when your life can make a 180. There couldn't be truer words for this year. Ria will be attending Baylor University on the Medical Humanities Pre-Med track. She intends on following this track because that degree not only gives an outstanding foundation in the sciences, but also provides a rich exposure to the humanities in an interdisciplinary manner. Ria will also be able to understand the effects of illness and disease on patients, health professionals, and the social worlds in which we live and work. With medicine in mind and healthcare at heart, Baylor's Medical Humanities degree will prepare her well for a career in the medical field. She also intends on playing cello as part of the Baylor Campus Orchestra. Congratulations." So, I truly don't know how Alvin Xu exists. Not because of anything bad, but his level of intelligence, efficiency, and tenacity is something that most humans aren't able to achieve until well into their 20s and sometimes their 30s. Alvin held memberships in many academic clubs, but his two most time-consuming memberships include Science Olympiad and Orchestra. He is a multiple-time Science Olympiad Nationals medalist, AIME qualifier, USACO gold medaler, and a National Merit semifinalist. His greatest achievement is doing academic research on lossless data compression algorithms with substantial results. Guys, I don't even know what that means. Now, if you are not aware, Alvin is operating on a higher plane than the rest of us mortals. Alvin is in my third period class where report cards are handed out. His junior year, I remember marveling at him every 3 weeks because he was taking 9 classes, and he had A's in every single one of them. How was he doing this? When asked for fun which state he would get rid of, he said with passion, Washington, D.C. Every Texas Science Olympiad competitor holds a grudge against them. And don't tell me they aren't a state, because apparently NSO thinks so and gave our second Texas national bid over to them. He adds, "I'll miss meeting all of my friends every day. There are so many pretty amazing people on campus once you get to know them more, and it was always fun to hang out with them. I'll miss all of the cool people I met and making music in general. Orchestra has a really unique community, and I got to meet and play music with so many people that are amazing in their own way because of it. That kind of an experience can be pretty rare to find." His biggest regret is not pursuing hobbies, more rather than only academics. He advises, "It's good to take academics seriously, but when I sit back and reflect on high school years, I realize that it would have also been a good idea to pursue those hobbies that bring happiness to help with the stress that often comes with academic pursuits." His most rewarding experience by far has been his years in Science Olympiad. He says, "No other activity has taught me the value of hard work, of teamwork, of leadership, and so many other lessons in the same capacity as Scioli has. So many people, underclassmen, and teachers have really inspired me in their own way as we work together under the common interest of science towards a common goal in competition. I can't possibly imagine what my high school years would have been like without my participation in Scioli." Alvin was tied for 5th in his graduating class and will be attending UC Berkeley in sunny California and will be majoring in computer science. As efficient as he is undecided on a double major or any minor. But knowing his track record, he will probably do them all. He has an interest in logic-based mathematical analysis and in computer systems, so I'm proud of him for continuing his music education by playing in the Berkeley Orchestra. Congratulations, Alvin. Sindhu Yepuri is a juxtaposition of many interesting and sometimes opposing factors. She is the perfect blend of realistic expectations, highest accomplishments, all the while balancing her passions with a daily sprinkle of the absurd. Realism. She describes herself as nice, passionate, positive, open-minded, and sincere. She was a member of NHS SOS Competitive in UIL Academics in Computer Science and Orchestra. The most important thing that she learned in high school was to find happiness in every moment, in every person, and in yourself. Highest accomplishments. She was crowned both homecoming queen and prom queen. And she was a national merit finalist. Absurd. Her greatest achievement are the pop quizzes in sectionals. If blessed with a superpower, she would want laser vision because it came to her in a dream. Her greatest fear is washing the dishes without gloves. And she credits BTS for having the greatest impact on her life because their music made her fall in love with calculus. In all seriousness, one epiphany that she had was a regret. Not trying harder and not believing in herself. She says it's hard to follow your dreams when you don't think you have the capability, but I realized that the first step to anything is trusting in yourself. At first, I felt regretful, but then realized that without having these experiences, these lows, I wouldn't be able to grow from them to eventually reach my highs. So although I felt like it was a regret, I don't think I would want to change what happened. Sindhu will be attending UT Austin with a double major in computer science and mathematics. She's recently taken to math and cryptography, so she hopes to pursue something in that field in the future. She doesn't plan to play in the university orchestra, but hopes to learn more about composition for fun. After a long, illustrious career, she hopes to retire in a small town somewhere in the world under a pseudonym to open up a small to medium-sized bed and breakfast and write a collection of short stories about her daily interactions with the people of the town. Until they find her. All my best to you, Sindhu. Congratulations. I remember clearly that her video for running for librarian for her junior year was hysterical because it depicted her as a dry, soulless, no personality dud. She is clearly the opposite of that. Cheryl's buoyant personality, amiable and affable smile, and bouncy silliness is why everyone loves Cheryl. Most times I see Cheryl just zipping in, making a Cosmo Kramer type of entrance, and she disappears just about as quickly. A 4-year region orchestra member, 2-year All-Stater, treasurer of Tri-M, a national merit winner, orchestra student leadership team, candidate for the U.S. Presidential Scholars Program, student intern at STOA Architects, piano instructor for beginners, and countless other offices was how Cheryl Zhang spent her high school career. Her grades must be pretty incredible because she was accepted into the School of Engineering at Cornell University. Her plan is to join the Engineers in Action, who help design footbridges in underserved communities. Additionally, the Fort Bend Junior Service League awarded her a scholarship for her outstanding contributions in volunteerism to the community through the Houston Food Bank. She also won a scholarship from Taco Bell. So, I hope that includes some snacks while you're up at school in Ithaca. Congratulations, Cheryl. Crystal Zhang describes herself as sensible, thoughtful, and discerning. I'd like to add that she's kind, sincere, and talented. Her accomplishments include being a 4-year Region member and making Region Symphony, earning 1s at Solon Ensemble, and being named an AP Scholar. She's been a member of the Seven Lakes Sinfonia and Symphony for all 4 years of high school. She thanks her friends and family for impacting her the most in high school because they have been by her side since freshman year and have helped her through all of the hardships. She feels that she can be herself when she's around them. She also thanks her parents, who have been her biggest support system throughout her life. They have helped her explore what interests and encourage her to take on responsibilities and opportunities. One thing that she will miss is being able to play alongside such talented musicians and playing challenging music. She'll also miss the amazing people and community that she met through orchestra Her favorite musical moments include joining orchestra, playing in the musical Beauty and the Beast, TMEA, and going to Disney World with her friends. Eventually, she hopes to travel around the world and take pictures of the different cultures and people. Crystal will be attending Texas A&M in College Station, majoring in business. She hopes to become a corporate lawyer and is considering joining the university orchestra. We're so proud of you, Crystal. Congratulations.
Yuning, congratulations on graduating high school and moving on to college. You've been a pleasure to have an orchestra the last 2 years that I've known you. You're not the most outspoken student that I've had, but I do appreciate your hard work over the last 2 years, and you've contributed so many positive, wonderful things to our program in that time. I know your friends would say you have a kind and gentle spirit and a very good heart, and I would absolutely agree with that. Good luck in college and beyond, and you will, of course, always have a home in the Seven Lakes Orchestra, so come back and visit.
Our officers this year chose the theme Unity, Identity, and Legacy. And I feel that this school year, even though it was cut off abruptly, was a demonstration of all three. Much of our class of 2020 will be opening their soon-to-be freshman year online, and the students that they're leaving behind will be starting with virtual learning. Despite our obvious separation, I feel that we were able to display our unity through our stewardship and our work together for our common goals. I see that your identity as a member of the Seven Lakes Orchestras is defined as extraordinary music making with extraordinary people. Your friendships were by far the most important thing to you. Your legacy this past year was marked with a performance at TMEA convention as the state champion honor full orchestra. I do wish that we would have been able to continue through the end of the school year to make more lasting memories. Class of 2020, we wish you the very best in this next chapter. Congratulations, and we will miss you.